our recording. Okay, go ahead, Sandra.
Okay, hello, good afternoon, everyone. This is our third Know Your Fellow CAEs presentations. It's a really great time for all of us to learn from each other and to hear about each other's programs and find out how we can team together and partner. We have three presentations today. We have Teresa from California State. Thank you, Teresa. We have Anshuman from University of Missouri, St. Louis. And we have G from Bowie State University. So we'll go through the three presentations in that order, and each presenter will, I will stop sharing my screen, and each presenter will show their screens. And then if we have any general announcements, we can do those at that time. And then Yair is going to show us how to get into the breakout rooms and separate those. It's the breakout rooms I found last time were very informational and very conversational. And so we were able to ask questions and really get down into some of the content because with just 10 minutes or so for each one of the presentations, it doesn't give us a lot of time, just sort of gets us interested, and we'll have the opportunity to ask more questions. So if we're ready, Teresa, if you're ready, I will stop sharing mine at this point, and you can go ahead.
Okay. All right, is it there?
It's coming up.
Okay. I'm Teresa Macklin with California State University, San Marcos. And we have a Master of Science in cybersecurity. It's a professional science master's, and I'm going to talk for just a couple minutes about what that means, because it's a little different than your normal master's program. So our, part of being a professional science master's is a focus on workplace skills. So, and I apologize, I'm losing my voice. It's, the first of the semester, pretty much every year I go through this, and it's bad time to have laryngitis. So I apologize ahead of time for sounding like the classic frog in the throat type of thing. But our focus is on practical workplace skills in cybersecurity. Now, I didn't come up through academia, do not have a PhD, do have a Juris Doctorate, but that's kind of an accident, and a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. And the way I got involved in the program is that I was recently retired. I was the Chief Information Security Officer at Cal State San Marcos forever. I tried to say for how many years, and I realized I can't really, at the time we sort of drifted from, this is the data center operations into, we now need to secure this stuff. So it sort of evolved over the time, but I've worked there since 1992, and I've been the Chief Information Security Officer pretty much forever. So when they started developing this program, someone said, hey, have you run it past Teresa? And then, I looked at it and said, oh, well, now we need to do this and this and this. And then pretty soon I became the program director, which is what I'm doing now in my retirement, program director and teaching classes. So we do have subject matter expertise. We have me with sort of the operations and Chief Information Security Officer stuff. And then we also have some of our faculty members who are very interested in embedded systems, Internet of Things, and that's where most of our expertise lies. So I want to talk for just a minute about what a professional science master's is. There are, there are not that many of them out there yet, but it's a pretty, as I understand it, pretty rapidly growing format for a graduate degree. So this is intended to be graduate programs for science and technology careers. So we also have a PSM program in biotech, and then others that are all basically STEM focus, but they incorporate the how to put this stuff in, operate in the workplace. And so you often combine your technology classes, your science and technology classes with business classes or policy or, what have you, something to do with actually putting them into practice in the workplace. So we also, emphasize how to write and how to communicate. And the old fashioned, create a memo isn't quite adequate anymore because for one thing, COVID changed everything. So we are rapidly trying to address the changes in how organizations communicate while ensuring that our graduates are able to, adequately perform in that area. The emphasis on communication skills is one of the things that our advisory group told us and tells us continually that we produce outside this program. We produce a lot of people, or they hire a lot of people with technical skills, but they can't explain themselves. And in cybersecurity especially, this is so important. It's not enough that you understand it. You must convince somebody else to do something they do or do not want to do, or give you money to, or whatever. So we do put a lot of emphasis on that, much sometimes to our students. I would say, dismay, they really want to learn about how to analyze the effects of this malware. And I really want them to learn about how to write about it. So, there's a little bit of, there's a lot of writing in the program, I guess I'll say that. So these programs in general are often cross-disciplinary, and ours certainly is. There's an advisory council, and it is these programs, I'm talking about PSM programs in general now, not mine in particular, but mine in particular also, they're credits equivalent to a master's degree. And I gave you the URL there. There's sometimes is grant money to develop professional science master's program, and it's a good program. When students get a diploma, it says Master of Science. It doesn't say Professional Science Masters. It says MS Cybersecurity. So I thought I would mention that because it's a little different. So in 2014, probably our College of Science and Math had an advisory committee, which they often do for the region, to talk about what we needed to do, what our graduates needed. And they said cybersecurity, which we had, not really any, we had one class, which, I taught as a lecturer in our MIS department. We really didn't have any cybersecurity coursework focus course on cybersecurity. And they said cybersecurity. And so a group of wonderful faculty got together and started putting together a cybersecurity program. They decided it should be a master's. They decided to try this to develop it as a professional science master's. And it got, I've heard, an incredibly fast approval. So it got approved in 2015. And then we started in spring of 2015, we started offering classes in the fall of 2015. It was a scramble. And this was, right about the beginning here, the end of the approval process is when I got involved with it. There are 38 units. It was developed as a very hands-on course. In the network class, for instance, we used to haul in a big table full of routers and cables, and we did a lot of very hands-on stuff. But we ended up going completely online, which kind of is disruptive for that. And we went completely online in 2019, and largely that was because traffic in San Diego County was so bad. Our students couldn't get to the campus in time. So it converted to synchronous, it's online, it's synchronous, and uses a typical classroom model, a lot of discussion, and I'll talk about labs in a minute. I'm not going to have time to really go over this because I only have 5 minutes left. But I just wanted to show, sort of the interdisciplinary nature. We do have a class in organizational behavior and leadership taught by a management professor. And then we have in the first semester, it's like a little 6-pack of 2-unit classes with Intro to Cybersecurity, which is a topics class. We talk about stuff like Stuxnet and, Internet of Things and so forth. And the systems and security management, which is more like your basic confidentiality, integrity, availability. So you can see from this, we do networks, crypto, risk, policy, offensive security, intrusion detection, investigation. So it's a very broad program. So we do have a culminating experience. I'm starting to talk really fast. I can tell. I'm stressed. I'm going to run out of time. We do have a culminating experience. They called it a semester in residence. And it is a 4-unit class taken in the final semester. And under that PSM format, it's very flexible. It can be a project. If you're a developer, you could develop something. And some of our students have developed programs to do this or that. Usually it's something to do with network analysis. It could be an internship. It could be research. It could be, anything they want to do that they can get through their committee. So they have a proposal they create in the fall, and then 4 units that they do this actual work in the spring. Then they have to write a paper about the work if it was a project, or they have to submit it if it was paper, and then they graduate in the spring. We're presently, this is controversial and we haven't decided to do it, but we're considering, I'm trying to incorporate the CISSP as part of a project under Title V in California. There's some rules about if your capstone is a test, you have to, keep a copy of the test and a copy of the answer, which obviously we can't do for that. So there are some barriers to that. So we're trying to figure out if it can be done. And that's a little controversial, but also I am converting that semester in residence label to capstone, because a surprising number of our, maybe not surprising, our master's students, they work full time. So, they look at that and they go, I can't do an internship. And so it's, it doesn't actually represent what's happening. Okay, what's next? We are approved to offer a Bachelor of Science in cybersecurity. It's not been developed yet. Currently, we are discussing a 2+2 with a local community college. So that requires a lot of coordination. We're enthusiastically starting to put that together. We are always working on hands-on labs, like how do we actually provide, this is supposed to be very workplace. How would we do this? And right now we're using Rangeforce. I know there's a number of lab options out there, but I wanted to mention that because that's something I'd like to talk about if someone has better ideas. We're addressing preparation issues. We're getting, this was intended to be something you did after a computer science degree or an MIS degree or a lot of technology background in your work. But we're getting a lot of students, communication majors and others who want to get into cybersecurity, but don't have the background for this particular program, which does actually have quite a lot of technical detail in it. And we're addressing how to prepare them, because obviously we need those people. And cybersecurity is very broad. There is a role for them, even if they don't have a real strong technology background. We do offer a summer tech prep course that they can take if they apply in time, that helps, prepare them for with background information, what is network segmentation, TCP/IP, what's a subnet, blah, blah, blah. And we give them a conditional admittance based on, that was the end, based on if they get through that tech prep course. Okay, I think I hit 10 minutes exactly.
All right, you did great. Thank you for that overview. Okay, if you have stopped sharing, then we'll get Anshuman to come and present to us, please.
Sure.
I want to remind everyone that we're going to have breakout rooms sessions, discussions with the presenters at the end, so please stay with us.
Hello, everyone. Am I audible?
You are.
Great. Okay, so my name is Anshuman Singh. I'm a faculty in the Department of Information Systems at University of Missouri, St. Louis. And here is some basic information. My colleague, Dr. Vijay Anand, he's a point of contact for the CAE. And we have been CAE since 2016. We'll be up for redesignation, I believe, next year. So here's our URL. You can go to cybersecurity.umsl.edu to get more information about our cyber center. Let me just, okay. So the current validated programs that we have, they're like 3 at the undergraduate level and 2 at the graduate level. The 3 programs at the undergraduate level are in information systems and computer science. The pathway is like with certificate in cybersecurity. Now these are, this was like in 2016 when we didn't had cybersecurity programs. I'm going to talk about our cybersecurity degree programs in the next slide. But the current validated programs that we have are in information systems and computer science. And we require our students to go through this program that includes the courses for the undergraduate certificate in cybersecurity for the bachelor's and the graduate certificate in cybersecurity for the master's program. Well, this is something unique to our school here. We have programs coming from two different departments. One is in the College of Business, and we are part of the Department of Information Systems and Technology. And then there's the other emphasis area, which is coming from computer science. So we have a lot of courses that we share. Students from both departments take each other's courses, and we kind of get a good interdisciplinary program that way. Our focus is in information systems is more on cybersecurity management and operations. And the folks in computer science, they focus more on design and implementation issues of cybersecurity. So we kind of get a good mix that way. We are have a focus area designation as well. We hold a focus area designation in security policy development and compliance. And we are planning to work on a few others. So that's about the currently validated programs. But as I just mentioned, we actually launched our dedicated programs in cybersecurity in 2019. So we have a Bachelor of Science in Cybersecurity with the information systems emphasis, as well as the computer science emphasis. And again, they are with two different departments, and the focus is a bit different. I mean, we like to focus more on the business aspects, the cybersecurity program management, controls, compliance, risk management, and so on. The folks in computer science like to focus more on the technical aspects, operating systems, and forensics, and so on. We have, as I said, we have a lot of courses we list as from different departments. So our students take courses which are a good mix from both departments. Regarding research projects, I am myself a researcher in at the intersection of artificial intelligence and cybersecurity. I have done some work on developing malware detection methods using techniques in machine learning. So that's one area that really interests us. Another of my colleague, Dr. Anand, he works in hardware security, so like embedded systems and bootstrapping, cell phone, hardware systems for security, IoT security. We have colleagues in computer science who do work on edge computing and privacy, as well as cybersecurity of multi-cloud hierarchy. I should mention here that since the program was the dedicated cybersecurity program started in 2019, we had 4 new faculty hires. I was one of them, 2 in information systems, and we had 2 tenure track faculty in computer science. So it's a very dynamic, and the program is growing, and we have a lot of interest within St. Louis and in the state on these new programs. Regarding our school, I mean, we are in St. Louis, and I mean, we are a public research university. We are a tier 1 national research university. We have a lot of vets who like to be in our programs on campus. We were listed as one of the top veteran-friendly schools. So we do definitely like to tap that. We do have a Air Force base, the Scott Air Force Base, very close, in close proximity to our campus. So we do like to tap in that. Our campus is really diverse. We have students from across the nation, from different backgrounds, and we really like to celebrate that. A lot of our students graduate and work in the St. Louis area, so it's a good 75,000 plus alumni that is growing, and they're in this region. Particularly talking about the college where I belong, COBA, the College of Business. It's actually ranked among the top 3% business schools in the nation, and almost every student from our programs who graduate, they get placed. So a lot of them get placed locally and even across the country. Regarding grants and what we would like to collaborate on, there is a colleague of mine who's currently working on a SATC. It's a NSF EDU, SATC EDU grant. He's collaborating with Mizzou, the University of Missouri at Columbia. And we would like to collaborate. We have some good ideas on, we are working on hardware-based privacy and security using AI. So we would like to develop more, some recent research has shown promising results on how to have AI kind of hardware support for AI for security and privacy. So we have some really good ideas on that. We'll really look forward to working with any of the other CAEs if you're interested in collaborating with us. Adversarial machine learning is another. I particularly work in that area. We try to develop more robust models of machine learning. Now that we see machine learning kind of becoming ubiquitous, so it's almost being applied everywhere in all sectors. Its security has become more important, and it has received a lot of attention in research literature. So that's another area. I particularly focus on concept drift for those who may be interested in that. So again, I'm looking forward to collaborate on that. Any CAE who's working and any faculty who's working that area, I would love to talk to you. These are the schools currently we are partnering with University of Missouri Columbia, which is a flagship school of the University of Missouri system. As I listed one of the grants, one of our colleagues is working on with them, and they are a CAE. St. Louis Community College, it's a pretty big community college here in the city, and we partner with them. We are working on some articulation agreements with them. So a lot of their students, they transfer to us and then complete their cybersecurity 4-year degree with us. Regarding any help, we would like to reach out to the rural communities in Missouri and Illinois. And although we would love our students to be here on campus, but we have increased our presence of online programs and offerings. But in order to reach to as many, we would like to scale our online labs. And I'm looking for ideas on how to do that better and in a cost-effective way. So if any of the CAEs have any experience, scaling their online presence, particularly the labs, which I believe poses a lot of challenge given the kind of courses and the kind of labs we like to, provide our students with, how to do that more in a more safe environment, and at the same time provide students with a rich and immersive kind of an environment to work with. So any ideas are welcome on that end. What else I would like to tell? Well, I would like to mention we were the first in the state of Missouri to become a CAE, and although many other universities have followed us, but we do like to continue. Yeah.
Yeah, Kristen, I have 2 questions. First question is, just so I'm clear, on courses that are going to move on the 20th, on the 13th, the 20th, or the 23rd,
Hello?
Sorry about that. He was unmuting himself.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought it was a question for me.
I thought too.
Okay, so I'll continue then. Well, that's the last slide. I'm going to quickly wrap up here. So we were the first in the state of Missouri to be designated as a CAE for a year. And again, we follow this interdisciplinary approach of, having both sides of cybersecurity, the management and operation, as well as design and implementation, and the expertise comes from two different departments, which truly makes it interdisciplinary. I mean, we have all our faculty involved in research and mentoring students, as well as leading our professional communities as well. We do have an annual cybersecurity conference. We call it STL CyberCon. Here is a URL. We're going to be doing it virtual again. It used to be well attended. Like we used to have like more than 1,000 attendees until 2019 before the pandemic hit. So we had to go online like virtual last year, and looks like we're gonna do virtual this year as well. We have a date for this year. It's gonna be on November 5th, and we would love to have you there. The website would have the registration open very soon, and we would like to invite you to attend this conference. We do this every year. We like to bring in people from industry, academia, and people in the community who are enthusiastic about cybersecurity and would like to share what they're doing. So please join us if you can this November 5th. I do like to mention that we are in proximity to a lot of federal agencies here: Scott Air Force Base. There's National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. So plenty of opportunities to partner with them. So if you are looking for, working on projects which might involve federal agencies, we would love to collaborate and partner. Our proximity might help on those projects. St. Louis is home to a lot of Fortune 500 companies like Boeing, TD Ameritrade, Edward Jones, Enterprise, and so on. A lot of them we do hear from them. Sometimes they would contact us. Well, could you point us to some resources? We are facing this issue or that issue, and so on. So we do hear from them every now and then. We partner with some of them. And again, if you're looking to collaborate or work with industry, we would love to hear from you. So I think I didn't have a lot of time to talk about our curriculum, like the courses and all. I deliberately kept it out of this talk, but if you have any questions on what kind of courses we teach and what kind of flavor they have, how do we do our labs, I would love to talk about it if we happen to go into the rooms. So that's about it. Thank you.
Okay, great, great teaser topics there that can really be detailed out in the break session. So Anshuman, thank you very much for that. Yeah, okay, now our third presenter, G from Bowie State, if you will share your screen, please. And as Yair mentioned, after this third presentation, then we're going to see if the program office has some general comments they'd like to make, and then Yair will introduce us into the breakout, tell us how to get into the breakout rooms. So. Okay. We see your screen whenever you're ready.
Go ahead.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah. Thank you so much. So hello, colleagues. It's very nice meeting you online. So I'm Jie Yan from Bowie State University. And I'm an alternative POC of our program. And Dr. Rosemary Somba is a POC, and also she's a chairperson of our department. Bowie State University is a HBCU and also a member of University System of Maryland. Our CAE center is called the Center for Cybersecurity and Emerging Technologies. So we had our center since 2014. So here is a URL of our center. And we have a graduate student who's maintaining the center on a regular basis. Let's see. So the name of our validated programs of study is Computer Science Bachelor of Science with a concentration in cybersecurity. It's a cyber defense, education program. And this program resides in our Department of Computer Science. So right now we are in the process of accreditation process. So we just had our program of study revalidated in March of this year, and we completed the CE application package in July. So other than the validated program, the 3 other POS of our school include the Department of Computer Science. Our Department of Science also offers a Master of Science degree in cybersecurity concentration. And the Department of Technology and Security offers a Bachelor of Science degree in computer technology with a track, they call it a track in computer and network security. The Department of Management Information Systems offers a master degree in Management Information System with a concentration in information assurance. So our program focuses on SP, OM, PR, and CO. As the subject matter expertise include data privacy, cryptography, and network defense, system programming, software security analysis, and software assurance. So I believe our next POS will be a Master of Science, Computer Science in Cybersecurity concentration, since we already have a list of graduate level program the courses with cybersecurity ingredients, and it has a good potential to be the next POS, followed by maybe CTech departments, network security track, and also the information insurance master program in MIS department. So in recent 2 years, the faculty members from Department of Computer Science received over $2 million from NSF to support our cybersecurity research. Here I listed some examples like NSF EIR project, NSF Lucid project, NSF Targeted Infusion project. Also, we have a NSF Eager project. Also, we have some long-term partnership with industry companies like Radiant Company. They are focused on edge computing, GAN processing, and synthetic data research. Millennium Corporation, their focus is cyber operation and web security research. So we have students directly work with their cyber operation and the red team on various government contracts and maybe commercial offerings of this Millennium Corporation. So that's the research part of our program. And the school-wide subject matter expertise, I think CTech department that offer 3 tracks for undergraduate students, including network enterprise infrastructure track, internet technology track, data science and database administration track. The Master of Science in Management Information Systems program will offers a concentration in information assurance. That's a master degree. Also, I think we have a lot of student organizations, including very popular and active cybersecurity club, and women who code club to engage female students in programming. So another thing I think we are doing good is to integrate research into curriculum development. So we actually develop the teaching learning modules from our research project and try to integrate in the real classroom teaching learning environment to engage students in their learning experience. So since 2019, we are holding annual cybersecurity workshop. So the main goal is to expose participants to latest trends in cybersecurity. So in 2019, we had 150 participants from surrounding cybersecurity communities, including Morgan State, Coppin State, University of Baltimore, Army Research Lab, and also 2 high schools. I think it's Charles Flower High and Parkview High, and also the BSU faculty, staff, and the students. So it's a really good event. And last year, 2020, we hold the workshop online. So we had about more than 300 participants. It's a large event, and in the future we will keep doing it on a yearly basis. So let's see. For the grants, currently I think we are collaborating with UAA on a NIH grant. Our goal, our job is on security coding and AI part. And another proposal intent is from UMGC. So in the future, we will continue to explore, different funding opportunities from federal agencies like NASA, DOD, NIH, NSF, and the DOE. And also we keep our current long-term partnership with Radiant and Millennium. We'll explore more, partnership with industry companies. So, so in terms of outside collaborations, we have partnered with Norfolk State University on cybersecurity competition mentorship program. So we have a doctoral dissertation co-advising blockchain with Capital University. And we have faculty sharing program with UMGC. We have been using security injection modules developed by Towson University for many years. So we also have joint cyber club activities with UB. So that's the outside collaborations. We explore more in the future. Let's see. Okay. So I think the biggest challenge we are facing is faculty shortage on cybersecurity field. So we need faculty to teach security courses and also supervise our doctoral students. Our doctoral students also need scholarships and maybe some kind of tuition waiver program to help them financially. And so here the change should be made. We should have more faculty with the cybersecurity background and also try to secure more external funding opportunities and also build the long-term industry partnerships. In the future, we look forward to know other fellow CE expertise, and we're seeking for more collaborations with CEs. We look for adjunct faculty to teach our cybersecurity related courses for our master and doctoral program. So we are very proud of our doctoral program. So as a HBCU, this program will give students opportunities to, enhance their education. So at this point, we encourage fellow CEs to promote our doctoral program, to their students. So I think I pretty much covers everything from my end. Thank you so much for your attention. Back to you, Dr. Larry.
Gee, thank you very much. Yair, back to you.
Sure. Well, thank you so much, everyone. I mean, let's before we jump into the breakout session, I want to just remind everyone about our website. I'm going to be sharing that in the chat area. So we have the community of practice for the cyber defense group. This is where we're posting the links to the prior sessions as well, to the YouTube channel. I want to encourage all of you who have attended the prior sessions, and also those of you who attended this session. We will be posting a link to the evaluations. We need feedback on evaluations in terms of your particular feedback. How do you like? What do you like to see more, etc., etc. And so please use that opportunity to share your feedback with us. At the end of each one of those monthly events that we're doing, there is a link to provide the evaluation, and it's listed on the CAE community website for the community of practice cyber defense. Sandra is putting up the October schedule we already have, so go ahead.
Yeah, just calling your attention to the date, October the 14th, and we have 4 presenters scheduled at that time. Let's see, I think I have one more slide. Oh, maybe not.
And we also, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and just, I think these are some of the links, Yair, that you were discussing earlier. So important links for everyone.
Right, so those links are actually on the community of practice website. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording, and we will switch over to our breakout rooms, where these breakout rooms you are free to move between them. We are not assigning you to. We ask the 3 presenters to please log and stay within the room named after your name and your institution, so people can come over and chat with you briefly. And I would like to thank Sandra and Gretchen for co-chairing this initiative for us. Thank you so much, and hopefully we're going to see all of you and many more next month on the October 14th session. Thank you, and give me a minute. Actually, hold on. Let's open it up to Lori and Annie if they have any comments or any announcements from the program office.
Hi, this is Annie Becker. So Lori and I, we just wanted to share that we've started sending out notifications of validated programs of studies to some of the schools. We are behind on reviewer assignments, but we are continually tracking the schools in the process, and we'll continue to monitor it and send out the notifications as they go through the process.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. So I just want to remind everyone, if we do need reviewers and mentors and others to help us in the reviewing process. As you know, we have a very large number of schools that we need to go through, both the validations for programs and the CAE. So if you're interested to participate both in the mentoring, you would need to reach Watcom, Corinne from Watcom, or you can reach the program office if you're interested, and they will forward your interest to the right location. If you're interested in serving as a reviewer, there is a reviewer's training that you need to go through. And that I think it's under Margaret from Northern Virginia. If you're having issues reaching out, please, forward any of your interest to the program office as well. Okay, well, Ed, I'll give you a note. Basically, it's allowing you to use the same survey to update many times. Depends on the monthly event. I want to stop the recording here and kick off the breakout room, so we're going to be able to mingle a little bit more.